Hi honeys, and welcome back to Alchemy Games. I hope that everyone is doing well. I hope that everyone is enjoying their rising, their afternoon, their evening, wherever you may find yourself on this beautiful, wonderful day of Earth School. So we're back for another general collective reading, my loves. Please do keep in mind that these messages are in fact general, so please take only the parts that fit you best and leave the rest for someone else to have a taste of the test. So, big, huge download this morning, okay? This feels like a cold case. Okay, this feels like a cold case. There is a cousin here, a cousin of someone, or you or someone that you know, a cousin who passed away, okay? And they want to tell you what happened, right? There's a lot going on here, but main points of what is happening, I feel like there was a shooting, a pew-pew, okay? Someone was tracking someone else. Like, this was an organized, orchestrated hit. I do feel like someone did end up losing their life, but there's a couple of moving pieces here. The person who was hired didn't want to be exposed for some kind of STD, okay? And they needed this person to be taken out before they would name drop in court. Like, this is somebody who didn't want someone to, they wanted to take this person out of the picture before court happened. This was some kind of bank heist or something surrounding some kind of stolen money, okay? And I'm also picking up on a very bitter masculine. It's gotta be this fucking Leo energy. It's gotta be this Leo energy. Very upset about being kicked out of a will, or left out of a will or something like that. So they went on rampage mode, and I feel like they organized a pew-pew, and they did pew-pew someone, and they kidnapped another person, and then it led to some kind of crazy ass car chase and a car wreck. And it's like something about, like, I literally saw this like a whole fucking episode. There was a call that was made. They reached out to like some kind of spiritual community, but it feels like a dark spiritual community, to help them. They needed help. I don't know what to do. Something didn't go as planned when it came to this setup. Something didn't go as planned. There was a hiccup. Either they ended up pew-pewing the wrong person, or there was some kind of like divine intervention where they weren't able to get their target. So they could have just took this person. But the whole purpose of this was somebody owed a debt. Somebody owed a debt, and they had to perform this action in order to clear this debt with this person. Maybe this person was harboring secrets for them, something like that, or whatever. But there's an ex of someone who's being investigated in this. There's something about March. Something happened in March. Last March, several Marches ago, something happened, right? But they were following this person. They were tracking this person's movement to like figure out where you're going, when. But it's something. But it's like they caught up to maybe a schedule of somebody who was going to a bank. There's several ethnicities involved. There's a Hispanic person. There is someone of African descent. There's the whole purpose of this, though, because Lord, it's already 3 minutes in. The whole purpose of this was to take somebody out before court. This could even be like a witness, okay? To take a witness out before they could speak before the court date, okay? I'm just going to pull some cards and try to make sense of this insanity, okay? We're going to start off with Tiny Deck, because Tiny Deck is the one that's speaking to me. So, Divine Masters, Keepers of Ancient Wisdom, I call on you now. Thank you for revealing to me what I need to know. I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to be teachable. And so it is. Ashe, ashe, ashe. But this is a passed on person. Like, this person is already in the afterlife who's like telling this story. And if it feels like it's a cousin. There's an aunt that I'm picking up. Like, this is going back to this story of the two jealous brothers. Okay. Somebody ass was pissed off about getting left out of some kind of a will. So they said, fuck it, I'm going to take it then. And they organized this very fucked up plan to do this shit. But I feel like something went astray, because someone made a phone call. Someone reported a shooting, or someone reported like the hectic shit, and the police got involved. And I feel like that's how the car chase like ensued. It didn't go as smooth as they thought. There was mad witnesses, mad people who saw it. It was loud, it was dumb. People were calling the cops. Like, reporting the people, reporting the car, and that could be why they just like stole this person, kidnapped somebody. Like the plan went to shit. I feel like this was a fucked up plan, but I do feel like somebody did lose their life. Okay, so let's see what the hell is going on here. A quest court. Somebody was having issues in court about some kind of stolen something. And they wanted to take this person out before court. So they went on this quest. Community. Tell me about this quest. Tell me about this quest, please, and thank you. Parents. Hi, boo. So, somebody hired a hitman to stalk and take out someone's parents, okay? They owed this one. I keep hearing, you owe me one, you owe me one, you owe me one. This was some kind of a debt that somebody owed to someone else. And they cashed in by way of forcing this person to play hitman on someone's parents. Descendants. There's the 911. Somebody called 911. This is a robbery going wrong. Somebody could have gotten nervous and like, maybe the intention wasn't to shoot someone. It could have just been like to rob someone, and this person like freaked out or something happened and they ended up shooting someone. We have incognito, and there's the fucking bank. Somebody, this is given wrong place, wrong time. Somebody could have been trying to rob a bank, for sure. Someone was trying to rob a bank, but there's so many fucking things. Okay, let me just try to make sense of this one story. Somebody definitely wore some kind of mask. Somebody was incognito. They went into the bank. Your parents was in the bank. You could probably were in this bank. You could have even been the person who was kidnapped, like they took the kid type energy. But the hit was for the parents, okay? Tell me about the bank. Fire of a will. Oh my gosh. Fire in the will. Okay, so just move with me, okay? Fire in the will. Somebody was removed from a fucking will, bro. Someone was removed from a will. Someone was not fooling with somebody in their family, and their family member went totally fucking ballistic, okay? Maybe they share the same parents. This could be like brother and brother, sister and sister, or sister and brother, whatever. But someone was pissed at their parents, okay? Their parents could have kicked this person out of the will, okay? And so they just wanted to destroy the whole thing so that they were the only ones left, so that they didn't have to ask anybody for anything. There would be no one left. Like, this person would automatically be next in line. But for sure, somebody was trying to, like, burn some kind of evidence, stop someone from moving forward, stop someone from naming somebody in court about about a thief, someone who was stealing. We have January here. Betrayal of love. So this was some kind of crime of passion. Somebody felt left out. Somebody felt unloved. Somebody felt like very emotional. They felt so betrayed by their parents, or they felt so betrayed by the fact that they were not included in this will. So they just wanted to burn the whole fucking thing down. This is crazy. Something took place in January, or this could involve like a Capricorn, Aquarius energy. We have the project. That's crazy. I fell right underneath bank. And when I logged this in my head, I said Project Bank, Project Bank, Project Bank. This is It's crazy how these cards is coming out like this. So they were stalking this person. They was waiting for this person to go on the bank, and maybe there's March. There is March. So yeah, there was a date. There was a time. This was calculated planning. Someone calculated, somebody knew that someone was going to go into the bank to take out some money. So they was planning to come into this person and maybe rob them after they left out of the bank. They were tracking this person's movements. Like, okay, I know that on this date, this person's going to go in the bank and get this money, or have attachments to this will, or try to get this money out of this will, something like that. And so they followed this person to the bank. This is something that took place in March, and they're stolen. They were trying to steal from this person who was leaving the bank. Tell me about March. Tell me about this project. RICO. Bitch, I can't make this shit up. I cannot make this shit up. Maybe there was no money. Maybe the person didn't take any money out. Maybe they miscalculated something and they didn't have any money on them. Like, whatever they thought that this person was doing at the bank, when they left out of the bank to go about their business, the person didn't have a bag of money on them. Maybe they thought that they was going to leave the bank with a bag of money, and they fucking didn't. So it's kind of like they went to plan B, shooting people and kidnapping people. But this was absolutely a RICO. The whole point of this was to steal something, was to rob somebody, was to take it by force. There's the fucking X, bro. Love and X. Haunted. There's some kind of love gone astray here. There's some kind of love gone astray here. There's so many people. But there's an ex here in particular that's being investigated because they accepted some kind of money to do this. Now, this ex could be the ex who was like, you owe, that's like, this person, this leader, this fallen, like I'm seeing like the King of Wands in the reverse. This person has fallen. They ain't got no juice. They don't have no more power. They have nothing. But that person was the one that was telling this ex, you owe me, you owe me, you owe me one. Because this ex had some secrets of their own that they wanted. It feels like hush money. Like somebody did this to get this person to shut up. Like, stop talking. Don't tell nobody. It's their thing is something else stupid. Like they have some kind of STD. They have some kind of something, and they didn't want people to know about this situation that they had going on. And this person that's forcing them to do it is forcing them because it's like they are hanging this over their head, whatever this secret is that this ex, okay, that this ex is being haunted by. Original, and now they're tired of this bribery. They were bribed to take somebody out. They were bribed to set somebody up. They were bribed to set somebody up, okay? But this person now knows about the original betrayal. This ex knows about the original betrayal. They know about this entire plot and plan to kidnap, to steal, to set this person up, to track this person, about why they were doing it, to keep someone from speaking out in court or appearing in court. They know all the ins and outs of what's happening here. They know all the ins and outs of what's happening here, and they're tired. They're tired. They did take the bribe. They did try to do it. This shit went awry in whatever way it went awry, but they're fucking tired now, and they're haunted by this decision that they made. Reports. There was some kind of report here that was filled out, or this person could be filing a report, or that I just saw a missing persons report. So there was a successful kidnapping here. There was some kind of missing person report that was filed. This ex knows about it as well, about a missing persons report. Tell me about this report. It made the news. Whatever this car wreck was, whatever this attempted robbery, whatever happened in front of the bank, there's also something here about video. Somebody was caught on camera. Were they incognito? Sure. They was dressed in whatever ski mask, dumb ass shit. But there's video that's being reviewed. There's video that's being reviewed. There's evidence here. Like there's some kind of footprint, some kind of paper trail, some kind of something. And this, whatever this is that we're discussing, this made the news. This made the news, okay? There was a successful kidnap. And I feel like that's when they started reaching out to this dark ass spiritual community, like, help me, what do I do? I didn't kidnap somebody, blah 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 blah. There's reports, it's over the news, like. And then they skipped town, they left, they traveled from one part of the world to another. This could even be from one country to another. We have drugs here in the shooting to control. Listen to what I'm saying. Somebody showed up in front of somebody's face with a gun. Was the intention to pew this person? I don't know. This could have been a hit, but somebody's ancestors saved them. Like, child, what the fuck is going on here? Somebody was on drugs. Like, somebody had to get really drugged out. Somebody had to get really high, get really drunk, do something in order to even do this. And that could be why the plan went awry, because somebody was not in their right mind. They had to get drugged up to the fucking ceiling in order to even do this. And this person was hype and high as a fucking kite, bro. High as a kite. Going in to try to do this, they were being controlled by somebody else, by this bribe that they took. And they were on drugs because it's like, well, I got to do this thing or they're going to tell everybody about this, that, and the third. I'm trying to tell you, this is a shooting, bro. This was on the news. There was reports about this. There was reports about this. Tell me about this shooting. What the hell, bro? Bro, I cannot. We have robbery and shaman. Debt! Listen to what I'm saying. Somebody owed a motherfucking debt. This person could have been like some kind of a drug dealer. I've been picking up on a drug dealer lately. They could have owed a drug dealer something. And they went through with this robbery for several reasons. Somebody knew something about some kind of sickness, and somebody owed a debt to some kind of fucking drug lord or some dumbass shit. So they were supposed to rob and kidnap a shaman, or rob and kidnap somebody's kid, and take money and to rob this person. Like, they were a hired hit. This was a hired ass hit that went the fuck sideways. Everybody who participated in this owed a debt to this leader who was not there. This leader was giving orders. That's why they kept calling. That's why there's something here about a phone call. They called back to the leader of this, the person who was like, I'm gonna just let my minions do it, and I'm gonna sit back and just play blackmail and just, y'all better do what I say, head ass. This person could be in jail. This person could be giving orders from jail. I'm trying to tell you, this motherfucker does not want someone to testify. This motherfucker did not want this person to testify. Take out the witness. Steal the money. This is so stupid. Somebody staged a pew-pew from behind jail. And it caused a fatality. Somebody did lose their life. Somebody did lose their life. Somebody lost their life. Somebody lost their life, bro. But I don't think it was the mark. Like, they missed the mark. What the hell is this? So someone is in jail for something else. And in order to not get caught up for the other things that they were doing, they kept trying 100 different ways to take this person out. not realizing that this person is protected. Like, your ancestors stopped this. Whatever this was, that's the reason why it didn't go down the way they planned it, was straight up divine intervention, was straight up your ancestors, straight up Shango energy. Okay, tell me about this fatality. Flight. And then they took a flight. They left. This is what I'm saying. They're haunted by this mission. They took a flight. They got out of the country. This person took a flight and got out of the country because someone did pass away. It's this cousin. I swear it's this cousin. Egypt. What the hell did I just say? What the hell did I just say? This is someone who is protected. This is the spiritual community. This is dark ass witches versus the light. This is what this is. Somebody was stalking this person. They were stalking this person, tracking this person's every movement. Like, they were trying to triangulate and calculate this person's move so that they can come in and do this dumb ass shit. Okay? But the whole time that they were stalking this person, Shango was there reporting everything back. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is getting kind of freaky. Was stalking them. This person's ancestors were stalking the people who were stalking this person. You were protected. You were protected because you're a shaman energy. You were protected because you were a shaman energy. You've had your ancestors and angels and warring angels like at your side since forever. Because you come from a spiritual family. You come from a spiritual community. But when this shit went sideways, they somehow was able to take a flight and get the fuck out of the country. Once they realized that somebody had passed away, the shit went awry. There's no money, bitch. Like, this person who was on drugs pulling off this weird ass quest wasn't able to get it done, and it definitely didn't go the way they thought it was. So it's like, we gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you. The Most High was watching what these people were doing. They were stalking these people out. The Most High stepped in. I'm trying to tell you, this was divine intervention. They heard what these people were planning to do to you. They heard what these people were planning to do to you. And this fatality could be one of their own. Someone who was in a car. This feels like drive-by. Or this was supposed to be something quick. Either this was a drive-by or this was supposed to be something quick. Just pull up, we take the kid, and then we leave. Maybe some kind of a fight broke out. And then they shot somebody. Bro. Jail again. Somebody giving orders from jail to set somebody up. To set somebody up, bro. Tell me about this setup. This is all this keep reporting back to this person from jail because someone was trying to get out of jail, or someone was giving order for the mobster, the whoever the fuck was in jail, or maybe this could even be the person that they owed money to, this drug lord, whoever the fuck, however the fuck, whoever they owe a debt to, this person could be in jail. November. Scorpio energy, death and rebirth, sabotage. Somebody sabotaged themselves in November, or this person has been in jail since November. There's the fucking aunt. A distorted ass aunt knew the date. A distorted ass aunt, that's what I'm saying. There's a distorted ass aunt who knew the date that they were going to take this quick action, bro. This is a dark witch or warlock who's could be living in the South, that was in devilish energy, keeping this fucking secret. She was part of this plan. This could even be her child. Like this cousin energy that I'm feeling could even be her child that ended up getting pew-pew, that's in this fatality energy. But there's a distorted ass aunt who knew the date, who knew that who knew like when this was going down, when they was going to take this quick action, when they were going to go on this quest and pull off this setup. So there's a nasty ass aunt here who was stalking this person. This could be this love gone astray. So maybe she was stalking down this man. Maybe they were once married. Maybe they were once together. And when he left her tragic, demonic, devilish ass, she tried to take him out. She put out a hit on him. What the flip? Tell me about this quick action. Is this dark ass witch. Her name was gonna be named. Her name was gonna be named in whatever this court case was. She is a dark witch. This aunt is a dark ass fucking witch, okay? She was stealing. She was doing all kind of dumb ass shit. She was in fucked up behavior, and she was going through something in court. She did not want this person to name drop, to put her underneath the jail in court. So she came up with this elaborate plan to cover up this RICO energy. And it didn't fucking work. The cousin ended... Look at what I'm saying. The cousin ended up in a grave in this fucking car wreck, bro. What the fuck? That's her child. She lost a child in this. She sent her child out into the line of fire. She sent her child out on this nut-ass quest to protect herself, and she ended up losing her child. But this is an aunt to you, a cousin to you. This is crazy. So she was trying to go take out someone else's kid, and she lost her fucking own. Damn. MK Ultra. This is the aunt who knew about this kidnapping, who knew about this whole plot, the one that signed the papers to give you to scientists and give you to a fucking lab to be a lab rat, and didn't give a fuck about someone else's kid. So she ended up losing her own. There was some kind of a car wreck. There was a chase. The police were called. Somebody called 911 and reported all of this fucking hoopla. Oh, they shooting. Oh, someone got kidnapped. Oh, someone reported this shit, bro. And it was a car wreck. And a cousin lost her life. This cousin is the one who's telling me this story. I'm trying to tell you. This is a cousin. This is the cousin that causes fatality. What is going on here? This cousin could have also owed a debt. This cousin could have also was gonna be outed about being gay or something that's just so fucking like... But they were there. They were in that car, and they lost their life in this car wreck. They lost their life in this car wreck. We have wicked, ancient. This isn't a cold case. This person has already lost their life. This is not like predicting the future. This has already happened. This could have been something that happened a fucking long time ago. False person, MK Ultra. Mind control. This is a dark witch. Mind control. Mind control. Everybody in this energy was moving off of a debt. Everybody in this energy was moving off of the strength of someone holding something above their head. You owe me one, head ass. A teacher is keeping a secret. Poker face. What is going on here? But the situation is being healed because there's a footprint. That's what I mean. This is being healed because there's footprints. There's digital evidence. There's something about a video. This was some kind of news report, police report. This was reported. Somebody reported this robbery. Somebody reported this pew-pew. Somebody reported, and it led to some kind of car chase, car wreck. There's footprints that's going to heal this entire fucking thing. And there's the fucking lab Monday, years ago. The world is about to know. It's got something about this fucking bullshit, bro. This aunt was responsible for sending her, whoever you are, to this nut-ass aunt, okay? Allowing you to, signing off for you to be a government fucking project, okay? Everybody knew it. Whoever this person was that was getting ready to go and present themselves in court about this quest that they went on. So someone is whistleblower. This cousin was gonna whistleblow. This cousin was gonna just say what they knew and just like own up to it. This could have even been this aunt taking out their own kid. This cousin was going to whistleblow. This is the cousin who has been in this whistleblower energy, and they got to this person and ended up taking this person the fuck out, bro. Damn. And they needed this secret to like not come out, so they sent this person to the grave. They sent this person to the grave. They could have poisoned this person, got this person hooked out like on drugs to make it easier to control their mind. Baby, what the fuck is going on here? Saturday, you could be finding out something Saturday, or this could have been something that took place on a Saturday. They tried to frame you for some kind of crazy ass fake policy. They could have tried to frame you for a fake policy. So like this insurance fraud, they could have been trying to pretend like, they could have been trying to cover their tracks and pretend like, no, this person knew about it. This person knows that we were trying to set fire to this house or set fire to this property or set fire to this whatever. They were part of this insurance fraud. They knew everything. No, you didn't. They were just trying to frame it and make it seem like, oh no, this person knows. This person knows. It's not like this person isn't aware. They were expecting you to be in jail for this shit. We didn't sign this name. This person signed their name. They're the ones who made this claim. They're the ones who did this. Like, no, no, no. What the fuck, bro? Nothing. History, money. And this is why they're getting nothing off of this policy. Because the more they try to cover this shit up, the more they try to cover this shit up, the worse they made it for themselves. And I'm trying to tell you, this cousin has been unalived. Child. I feel like I am all over the place. I feel like I am all over the place. But you know what? Let's just keep going. But the aunt is absolutely in distorted energy. She's showing up as like the Queen of Pentacles. She's showing up as the Queen of Pentacles. Okay? What is going on? Framed again. This is what this is what this person was going to confess to. This is what this cousin energy was going to confess to. They want to tell on their mother. They were going to tell on their mother. This cousin was going to tell on their mother. No, that wasn't this person. This aunt framed this person. They didn't have anything to do with it. It's a family member. This person was working against you, and the minute that they got into whistleblower energy, this person plotted and planned and tracked this person to take them the fuck out. This is just fucking awful. Tell me about this cousin. Fuck no, getting lit. And somebody refused to do something. Somebody refused to do something. Someone refused to like proceed. Someone refused to like take accountability for something. Someone was refusing to be exposed for this. Refusing to accept that the party was over. Refusing to accept that they could not continue to like live in this false person energy. So by any means necessary, they was wilding out too much with this community. It was a group of people. They were wilding out too much. They refused to be exposed. This could even be the community. Like they found out that this cousin was going to whistleblow. They found out that this cousin was going to whistleblow. And so the community came after this person. They were like, hell no. Because if he tells on you, aunt, then that means that this could be a masculine cousin, okay? If he tells on you, then he's going to tell on everybody. So we can't have that. This person got to go. This person has to go. This person has to go. A brother and a sister. a brother and a sister who was part of this identity theft. So this aunt could have had a male child and a feminine child. They both knew about this identity theft. They both knew about this bank account. They both knew about all of this shit. They both knew about this witch bitch unaliving other people. They knew a lot of shit. And they wanted to disconnect. They didn't want to do this anymore. At least one of these people didn't want to do this anymore. They didn't want to participate in these stolen pentacles anymore. So they were trying to get disconnect. This person could have even been on the run. Find me where the wild things are. Like, this person could have been running away from this community. Look at this. I'm bored. What else you got? Because I'm not just in this for money anymore. So they felt like the best case scenario was for them to remove their mask and stop dealing with these karmic friends. Because they got bored of just being paid in money. Their soul was beginning to like eat them alive. So it's like, this money is not enough. Like, this money is not enough. Like, you can't pay me enough money to shut up. I'm gonna tell. I'm gonna show up in court. I'm gonna say what I have to say. What the flip? Bottom line. Child, oh my goodness, this energy is just a lot. This energy is just a lot. So this community couldn't have this. They were like, oh fuck no, you can't go in court and say anything, because if you go in court and telling this person, then you're telling on all of us, and we're gonna go down for every stupid thing that we've ever done. You cannot give this up, because this is much bigger than an insurance policy. There's RICOs involved here, there's wills involved here. You cannot go tell on the fact that we filed this fraud insurance claim, because that's gonna lead back to all the bigger things. So this cousin probably didn't even know about the extent of how far this went into with this will and this stolen property and unaliving your parents. But they certainly knew about this identity theft, about this fraudulent piece of property. They knew that someone was using your identity. They knew that someone had filed some kind of bogus claim. And it's like, that was probably a smaller secret in the midst of all of this shit. But they knew that they were going to be able to connect the dots. If this person was to speak up in court, if you go down for one thing, you would be going down for all of it. There's this nut-ass fucking King of Wands. There's this nut-ass King of Wands, bro. They started holding their energy back from this King of Wands. And that's when this King of Wands started saying, you owe me. You owe me. I know about this. I know about that. This is so... Tell me about this King of Wands. Four of Wands to the death. They sent out this hit on a family member. This is the person who's bribing this person. The person's, you owe me, this person in jail. They plotted to unalive a family member. Damn, bro. Oh, man. And they could have been aiming for this person's parents and ended up getting this. This hit could have been for the parents. I'm just so confused. It could have been for the parents, and they ended up tagging the child, the cousin, but somebody died, and that was not the thing. That was not the person. That was not who was supposed to be taken out. But this is the story of the ordered hit. This is the story of the ordered hit. And now they're under a tower and having regrets for working with these people. The whole crew is having regrets. The community is having to do one atrocious thing after the next atrocious thing, trying to pretty much shut up and silence every single person who wants to speak up. Damn, child. Somebody who's under a judgment is sorry. They wanted to apologize. They wanted to apologize. It could definitely have been this cousin. They wanted to apologize. They wanted to just like put an end to this stupid shit. But this nut ass group. There's the fucking King of Pentacles. We have the King of Swords, the Hierophant, and the Queen of Pentacles. In Divine Collective, you have moved to calmer waters beyond this heartbreak, beyond this pain. But for sure, Somebody ordered a hit out on somebody. The wrong person ended up passing away. And now everybody's filled with regrets. Everybody is filled with regrets. This witch bitch aunt, sad as fuck. That's the truth. That's the truth. King of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. There's so many fucking people involved. So many people. Ace of Cups to the Three of Cups. Overindulging and overly emotional. People are drinking and doing drugs. Somebody's going to end up overdosing in this energy. Nine of Cups. Somebody is going to end up overdosing in this energy, bro. I almost feel like that's what they're trying to do. Like someone is just trying to just be done. Somebody's just trying to be done. They have no hope. There's so many people that's like diving into this hopeless energy where they just feel like there's nothing that they can do to protect themselves. This is a couple. This king and queen of fucking pentacles is an aunt and uncle, bro. The uncle could be the one that's held on bail because of some kind of house fraud. Oh no, this person did sign off on this house. They said I can live here. America funeral. This funeral took place in America. This property is in America. And there's also property in a foreign country. And there's a fucking phone call to a coworker. I'm telling you, this plan went fucking awry. This plan went the fuck sideways. And they started calling this all these other people because this is group effort. This is a whole community. Something didn't happen. Something didn't go right. I don't know what to do. Something. But whoever the uncle is, the King of Pentacles to this Queen of Pentacles, this couple, this nut-ass fucking couple, they feel like there's nothing that they can do to protect themselves anymore. They're mourning the loss of their child. Somebody lost a child. They're mourning the loss of their child who was simply trying to do the right thing. They got kicked out of this house after lying and pretending like you were involved. Oh no, this person signed the house for me. They said that I can live here. And there's digital footprints showing that you absolutely had no idea about any of this shit that was going on. Somebody was hiding from being gay. Because this was all about a confession. This was all about a confession. This is all about a confession. This is what this is about. All right, let me wrap this up. Anything else I need to know? They was a slave to this shit. And look at that. The police and the Hispanic on how to do this. How to move with this fucking power of attorney. To bewitch people. To bewitch people. To try to bewitch the lawyer. To try to bewitch the community. So that this person would not get exposed. So this teacher energy... Okay, there was someone who was teaching someone else how to do love spells, how to bewitch people, how to do binding spells, glamour magic. There was someone who was teaching someone else how to do glamour magic, okay? And it probably worked for a while. They was able to get this, to get the paperwork, to do this fraudulent, to get a house in your name, to get a car in your name, to do all of this shit, to do insurance fraud, the policies, all kind of shit. They were able to successfully bewitch all of these things because someone already had a power of attorney over you or whatever, okay? Out of no other reason but for envy, because someone got left out of a fucking will. Somebody was not included. Or somebody simply got left. There's something that is just fucked here. Anyway, this one is rough. I'm sorry, guys. But these people were slaves to this mission. These people were a slave to this mission because it was just entirely too many criminal activities that were going on here for them to cover them fucking all, okay? It was too many things going on here for them to cover them all. There is police officials here who are absolutely stalking these people, watching these people, surveillancing these people, okay? They are being watched. They are still being watched. They were being watched. But this aunt and uncle is grieving a child. They lost a child in the midst of this fucking madness, okay? So many secrets, so many lies, identity theft, wills. Like, okay, I'm gonna have to break this down at another reading because I feel like I'm telling a million stories in one. I hope that this made sense. I really do. Sticky situation, little something extra in your cup. Teamwork. These people are drinking. These people are drinking. These people are drugged out. This is why all the plans is going crazy, because they got people function out of fear, trying to pull off heists and set people up. People are panicked and they're in brain fog. Of course, none of this shit is gonna go right, because it's not like free will. These people feel a slave to their secrets. They feel a slave to their secrets, and they're like, I will not be exposed. These people are demons, bro. I will not be exposed. All of these hitmans, I will not be exposed. But this is your energy. Free spirit, leaders need no followers. You're going to do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. So how could they possibly take you out? This definitely has something. This ex could be somebody that you have kids with, a baby dad, a baby mom, okay? That's learned an important a lesson, and they're taking a step back from this shit. Talking to lawyers and attorneys. Because someone is threatening to like cause some kind of like to like someone. These people are fearful for their life. They feel like they're gonna be the next ones on the chopping block. But you won't be, okay? Because you are in this very mystic energy. You're in very free spirit energy. You have so much angelic protection around you. It is crazy. You are going to be so surprised when you find out about all the stupid shit that you have been protected from. You should be thanking your angels and your ancestors every single day. Because the kind of shit that's going on behind the scenes, baby, you couldn't even imagine. You couldn't even imagine. You can even imagine, and your ancestors are protecting you because you have evolved. You're in this Empress Emperor energy, and you have bodyguards, you have Shango, you have ancestors, you have so many divine beings who are protecting you from these people's foolishness, because they are fucked up behind the scenes. All right. My energy is going down, so I'm gonna leave this one right here. I'll be back later with another one. Please like this video on your way out, my loves. Oh, be careful what you ask for. All right, babes. Bye.